Questions, a Dvar Torah for Parashat Chukat. Warning, again. I start this inquiry without knowing what the bottom line will be, again. I'm going to say things that when pressed I'm not sure that I'll stand behind, again. And when I look back at what I'm saying now, in a year from now, I'm going to ask, what was I thinking to myself, again. Aside from that, there are no complaints, so let's start. First, let's start with a couple of things that I do stand behind. Tanakh is not only about dry information. The atmosphere created by specific words used in the verses has great significance. Take, for example, the first pasuk in Perek Yud of Melachim Aleph. And Achav told Izabel what Eliyahu had done, and that he killed the prophets by the sword. Unfortunately, this verse does not exist. The real verse is, and Achav told Izabel all that Eliyahu had done, and all that he had killed, all the prophets with the sword. The recurring word makes all the difference. Sometimes I crack myself up. Instead of conveying dry information, as in the invented verse, Achav speaks like a talkback writer and uses the words all to emphasize the outrageousness of Eliyahu's actions. The successful incitement provokes an angry reaction from Izabel, and the rest is history. Although there's no doubt that using a guiding word can make a difference and change the mood of the story, the problem is that from this point onwards I have nothing but questions. What is the subject of Perek Yud of our parasha? As a child, I was taught that the subject is a para aduma, and an initial reading of the verses affirms this understanding. However, if this is the case, why does the word cow, para, appear only 5 times as opposed to the word tameh, which appears 19? If the subject is purity or impurity, why does the word tahor appear only 7 times, only a third of the times that the word tameh does? Why is ish active 3 times, but Adam is always dead? 6. Why is Adam dead and only the water alive? Also, as a reader, the chapter creates a complex atmosphere. Instead of starting from the case, a person who dies creates 7 days of impurity, the way to purify oneself is by slaughtering a cow. This is what happens to the one who slaughters the cow, etc. Things are written backwards. First the preparation of the cow, then what happens to the one who prepares it, then an explanation of how to use the red heifer, and only at the end an explanation of the impurity of the dead. Why? Chazal say that when Kohelet said, Amarti yechkama v'hi rechoka mimeni, I said I will be wise, but it was far from me, he refers to the inability to understand the commandment of the para aduma. The main difficulty the commentators raise is, how can the cow purify the unclean and defile the pure? Rasag, however, gives numerous examples of such cases from nature, such as an ill person who, if he takes medicine, he'll benefit from it. But on the other hand, if a healthy person takes the same medicine, it'll make him ill. I tend to agree with Rasag. I believe the difficulty with the red heifer may be more related to the difficulty with the atmosphere than a specific question, as seen by the questions I've presented here. One answers, Amarti yechkama v'hi rechoka mimeni. If you enjoyed this video, you're more than welcome to subscribe or pass it on to a friend. I am Dovi Holtz, one who loves Tanakh.